What's up players, I have a Sonos surround sound system in the living room with a play bar and two play ones behind for surround sound, and this December unfortunately the play bar just died. It was gone and it was 3 years out of warranty. So I emailed Sonos support and thought, right, okay, here we go. And I was actually surprised. So this is my experience with the Sonos out of warranty support. It was about December 23rd, I think, that the play bar just completely locked up. There was a buzz and then there was no sound, nothing. So I thought, okay, we'll go through a power cycle. So I power cycled it off and on again. That normally fixes most things. And no, it actually kind of made it worse. Now, all the lights were on. The volume light, the Ethernet port lights, they're normally supposed to be off unless there's a cable in there. They were all on. Volume control didn't work. So open up the app. It's not in the app. Okay, fine. Maybe it's fallen off the network somehow and I'll have a look at the router. It's not showing in the router. It's not on the network. Okay. So I thought one more power cycle and we'll see what happens. But no, that's when it breathed its last breath. It sung its last song. It's resting in Silicon Heaven now. So I contacted Sonos support with these problems via their email support on Christmas Eve, and in a couple of hours I got a reply, which was some basic troubleshooting things which I'd already tried and already explained, but they have to send out that first, try this, if it doesn't work then we'll kind of help you email. Phone lines were also open on Christmas Eve, which was, you know, huge props for that. I could have called, but I was quite busy because, you know, well, it's Christmas Eve. Emails went back and forth and they asked for some pictures, which I'd happily sent along. And I thought, you know, they may have some kind of special hard reset that we can do to get the thing working again. But no, I got the email that I was dreading. It's dead and it's out of warranty. I kind of already knew that it was out of warranty. Now these things have not gotten much cheaper. We paid about £700 for the play bar around 5 years ago. And if you look now on their website, they are still £700 and you could probably pick up a good deal for around £650. But I didn't have to because they said they could offer an out of warranty repair for £200 with tax, shipping and another 2-year warranty on top of that, which that was a much easier pill to swallow. So I agreed and they sent out a form for me to fill out via email and I paid online, and then there was a little bit of a mix up between the address. I definitely put the right address, but it was shipping to some school or pharmaceutical place. I couldn't quite make out where it was. It definitely wasn't a residential place, and it certainly wasn't my address, so I don't know if that was a mix-up more from Sonos or from DHL, who's the delivery company. I'm leaning more on the DHL side because it was their website and you have to arrange a pickup day and all that kind of stuff, so it's probably DHL side that messed up my address, I think. Unfortunately, I didn't notice the address problem until Christmas Day, and so they didn't reply until 26th, which is quite reasonable and actually still quite fast. After another couple of emails back and forth, I got another DHL link with my correct address on it. Yay. I will say that it is worth hanging on to the box because when the courier comes to collect it, you need something to send it back in. Luckily, I had a friend who had recently purchased a Sonos Playbar also, so I managed to borrow his box in order to send it back. Yeah. It was collected and 5 agonizing days after that passed where I was forced to use the TV sound. Then it arrived and came back into my life and all was good again. For £200 I was expecting a refurb unit, but they actually sent a brand new one with all the manuals and accessory pack in there, so great. I don't know if that's just because perhaps they ran out of refurbs or if that's the way they do it, but either way, I was very happy. The new one does look slightly different from the old one 5 years ago. The fabric is darker, the end bit here is slightly different colour, and the button on the side, that seems a bit different as well. The sound I think is actually clearer and louder, but that might be because this one isn't clogged up with dust and cat fur. Yes, you, cat. But overall, the out-of-warranty experience was spot on, and I'm very happy. I can only imagine the in-warranty experience being as good or even better. This is actually a really smart move from Sonos because if it hadn't been for the really good out-of-warranty service and the low cost for a relatively low cost for a replacement, which actually must be their cost price. I can't imagine them giving them too many away for £200. then if it hadn't been for all of that, I may have possibly looked for another solution rather than paying the $650 to replace a dead soundbar. So with that, they've kept me at least in the ecosystem, probably going to buy some more Sonos products later on. However, there are some sticking points with Sonos in general. The biggest gripe I have with Sonos is the lack of audio format support. A lot has changed in the last 5 years in the audio world. Actually, nothing's changed in the last 5 years in the audio world. A quality speaker is still a quality speaker, and that's true now as it was 50 years ago. But standards like Dolby Atmos and DTS-X, which is a great name, because DTX gonna give it to you. Those formats are becoming more and more mainstream, and the Sonos Playbar and the entire Sonos system lack support for them. They also lack support for DTS. A bit of research online suggests that doing Dolby Atmos over optical is technically impossible, so it may be a technical limitation and has to be done over HDMI. However, there are some reports saying that it can run over optical, but I'm a bit skeptical about that one. I don't know, but it doesn't look like there's a Playbar 2 coming anytime soon, and if it cannot be done by optical cable, there are other options. They could build this in to the amp, because there is a Sonos amp that can handle multiple inputs from third-party speakers and things like that. They could build the codec into that. That has HDMI, that has HDMI ARC, which can send the Dolby Atmos signal, or the DTS-X signal, whichever one that's going to be more popular is going to be Atmos. That could decode the Atmos signal and send it to the Playbar. If the Playbar has problems receiving it, then there are 2 Ethernet ports on the back. One of those could be adapted for data rather than network data. There are 2 Ethernet ports on the back. One of those could be adapted instead of for network data. It could be adapted for audio data because it's digital, it's ones and zeros. So there could be some clever stuff going on inside the soundbar that could handle that, and that's technically possible because Ethernet has a much higher digital bandwidth than optical cable does, and you could easily connect the amp to the Sonos bar via Ethernet cable. But there might be even more technical limitations by doing it that way. But I'm just saying there are options, and hopefully Sonos are exploring those and can bring Dolby Atmos in the future. Maybe if it is only for just guys like me who like watching Marvel films with above their head. Having said all of that, I still love all of my Sonos equipment, and it has served me well for the past 5 years until it broke, and hopefully it will continue to work with this out of warranty replacement. So this video isn't sponsored by Sonos, there's a revelation, right? But I have absolutely no problem recommending the Sonos Playbar and the Play 1s for surround sound. I don't have the sub because I don't think I would really benefit from it that much in my setup, but I have no problem recommending those 2. If you want to check them out and purchase your own, you can check out the links in the video description. Channel gets a small kickback if you use those links. It helps me out and buy some camera stuff so I can tell you about Sonos warranty. So I have no problem recommending Sonos or their warranty replacement service. So until next time, keep playing.